All right, welcome in. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the morning grind. We are just kind of jamming around today. I have a few projects to get done, and we're going to make the best of it while we can. Let's see, I got a little tiny chunk here. I'm going to use this one. We're going to make the best of it. We're just kind of doing the chill grind. And we will experience some fun today. We're going to be incorporating a couple different things in the stream as we go. I'll talk about what we did last night, the projects that we finished. And I think I have a surprise guest coming on later today. And that's going to be amazing. What's up, Melissa? How are you? All right, I got to pop this on here. Oh, I don't like getting that close to the flame. I have to admit, that makes me a little nervous every time. All right, so let's get this party started. All right, there we go. Okay, so we are live and we're hanging out there. Flash warning, what's up? How you doing? Thank you for that kind comment. All right, so we're going to be doing a little bit of dichro. This particular piece I'm doing right now is called a comfort stone. And a comfort stone is a small version of a memorial. It's designed to be a pocket version. And it's not big. It's actually quite small. Which isn't the easiest to do. But it's one of my most popular items. And we're going to cover how it's done right now. And then afterwards, we'll have some fun. So there is the dichro in its native state. Gojo? No Gojo. Dojo, maybe. This is the Glass Dojo. All right, here we go. All right, we're going to twist this up and create a little mini galaxy. Nope, no bongs, no dongs. I'm going to be really clear. I don't have a problem with the industry, okay? I'm not a prude. I don't have any issues with it. It's just not my forte, if you will. And it's not like you're lacking choices out there. You know, there are lots of people that are making them, and you're not lacking any designs. But I don't have a problem with people making them, using them, or anything like that. I want to be really clear on that portion. All right, so what I did here is I took that little tiny chunk of dichroic glass and we twisted and sparkled it up. What's up, Kelly? How are you? Yeah, I think people are free to do whatever they want with their time, their bodies, their entertainment. I don't judge anybody at all. But I just have other things I want to make. And that's kind of why I don't do that either. Okay, so this is the dichro. It's really hot right now, so it's going to take a second for it to show. No, I do feel we're lacking a live creator. Yeah, the reason you're lacking creators for that, and I will explain it very carefully for you. They get banned very fast. until the industry changes a little bit in the public sense and through social media, you can have your entire account taken away very quickly. So you could be the cleanest version of it, not emphasizing anything, and they will ban your account and take everything that you built away. Yes, I have made lots of dragons. In fact, if you got a minute, I'll show you one of my favorite dragons. It's actually half dragon. Oxygen and propane. What's up, cruising? All right, let me get this kind of flattened out. I gotta be really honest, that is a satisfying push every time I do that. What's up, Sharky? Been a while. How are ya? I love having people in here. I recognize a lot of names when I see your names and I remember it. I definitely do that. Major Truck, what's happening? All right, so now we should be able to see a little bit of blue edging through this. Kind of like a little blue sparkle. There we go. A little bit of blue. Recovering from a car accident. I'm sorry to hear that. So while I got this hot, I'm going to show you my dragon. This is one of my favorite dragon items. This is a dragon dagger. It is 19 inches in size, top to bottom. And I created the little dragon head and the handle. To try and get the face detail in there. It's really hard to pick it up right now, but there is the facial detail right there. I'm making another one of these this year, and we're going to be popping wings off to the side. So instead of the dragon claws right here, we're going to pop some wings off, and we're going to do a little bit of a spiky dragon spine. My mic is amazing. What if I told you it was $99 for this microphone? Very inexpensive. It's just how you put it in there. Does it cut? No, it doesn't cut. I know where that's from, too. That's funny. That is funny as... I can't say the word. That's funny. Good one this morning. I like it. Does it cut? I bet you it would cut some better than some of the examples I saw on that show, though. I bet you it would. All right, so we're going to take this. Going to pop it right in there. And then we're going to burn it off. So this is a memorial that I'm working on. Hi, Kevin. Kevin's book is in the house. If you are on TikTok with me right now and you see Kevin's book right there. Kevin is an American hero. And I mean that in the truest sense. Kevin was an investigator for crimes against children, basically pedophiles. And he did many years of investigations and wrote a book about the experiences of doing those. It's an interesting book in the fact that he doesn't hold anything back. So if you are on here and you are seeing Kevin's book, you got to give Kevin's book a follow. And buy the book. How do you even get into this? That's a good question. So there are a couple different ways. One of the most common ways is to do what I call a glassblowing experience, where you take a basic course. Okay, this isn't necessarily to learn. It is do I like being around fire? And you go in and you do like 2 hours of being around the flame. And if you decide that you don't mind being around 4,000 degrees, then you buy a basic starter kit. And I mean basic. Don't overspend on anything. And then you take a basic class. It's usually about a weekend. And you learn to make mushrooms and a little blown ornament and a few basic items. Practice those items for however long you can. And when you get proficient at them, then you start taking classes in the direction you want to go. Do you want to be a bead maker? Do you want to do blown glass ornaments? Do you want to make sculptures? Do you want to make functional 420 stuff? Then you pick a direction. But in the beginning, you have to learn the basics. And that's kind of my thought process there. The torch is perfect. Yeah, I just changed the microphone a little bit. I actually added a little bit of torch hiss to it. All right, so we added the cremains in there. I don't know if I need to add a little more. I do. One second, I'm going to add a little bit more. So in this little container here are ash cremains from a dog. And we're adding it in there. Yeah, this microphone is roughly a $99 microphone. Wireless set. It is one of the best wireless microphones I've ever freaking used. And I have a $700 microphone sitting right next to me. In fact, I can switch it and you can hear the difference. I'll do a quick analysis for you on it. Not analysis, but comparison. Now, if I was in a talking head video, this would change. Let me grab this here, and we're going to do a little... All right, so we're going to change microphones. Right now, there. So this is a $700 microphone running through a $500 interface. And that's what it currently sounds like. Now, technically, I should be real close to the microphone, but I have to be at a distance. And then now I'm going to go back to my normal one, which is right here. And that is my normal wireless microphone. And it's amazing. A lot less money. All right, we got to add this blue background. Yeah, this microphone, I have just loved it. It's ultra small. It's like a pinpoint microphone compared to everything else. I'm wearing it right now. You can't even barely see it. And I've never had a problem with it. Again, I started going down this rabbit hole of watching YouTube videos of people saying, oh, you got to buy this, you got to buy that. If you want to have this, you want to be a better YouTuber, you got to, buy this equipment. Well, you know what? Every scenario has a little different perspective to it. So like I was explaining last night, I have a basic camera and I have a webcam. I have a mirrorless camera and a webcam. Every time I went on a video to watch about how to set up those webcams or the camera, I would implement those settings that they said, and everything looked horrible. And I figured out that my experience, my torch puts out a lot of light. So my experience is different than someone doing a talking head video. And I just started manipulating stuff myself. Yeah, I'm telling you, this microphone is absolutely amazing. Oh, thank you. Old Yuri. Thank you so much. Yeah, gadgets don't matter. I've actually learned that. It has been a tough lesson. It really has. So I explain it on my channel here that if someone has a question, I answer it because I don't want you doing the same mistake. All right, we're going to bring it over. We're going to do the soft little squishy here. I'm officially making squishy a glassblowing term. Squishy is now a term. Not computer friendly, but old school. Old school's nothing wrong with it. Thank you, Frosty. Oop. Yeah, it is behind the camera. Like today is the daily grind for me. This is my daily life. I'm not trying to do any fluff or, hey, I'm going to make a, gigantic sword with a, alien head on the end of it. That's the nighttime stream. This is the real deal. This is what it's like to do this job on a daily basis. So right now I am producing orders for people. And this is what it is. A beginning kit is honestly, it's gonna cost you about $2,500 to $3,000. Not gonna lie about it. But you can save a little bit of money if you can buy some equipment used. I would never buy a used torch, but a kiln like the oven, you can find those pretty cheap sometimes. Like, especially a ceramic version. Yeah, it is graphite on the table. No, the table is not graphite. So my table is a material called HardieBacker. People in construction will know what I'm talking about. HardieBacker is a ceramic tile underlay. It's fireproof. But what I ended up finding is that there's a graphite spray out there. And I have to use graphite spray to like lubricate my foot pedals down below because you can't use oil. So I figured out graphite spray. And one time I sprayed the foot pedals and it got all over the place. And I noticed that it just coated everything. And I was like, I wonder if I could do my tabletop in graphite spray. And I did, and it works. So now the tabletop is technically graphite with a fireproof HardieBacker underneath it. Okay, right now I'm just kind of getting this balanced out here. And there we go. I'm hoping we'll be able to see this blue on here. Thank you, Howard. This is a comfort stone. So this has ash or cremains in it from a dog. This one is a dog. There we go. And might be able to see a little bit of the sparkle. Let me grab the flashlight. And we'll definitely catch the blues here. Now, look at that bluish glow. Now, the color behind it is blue, but you can see that bluey sparkle going on. And that is what it's supposed to look like. All right, now we just have to separate it. So we're going to take that and give it a second and pop it off. Smooth it out. And that's the problem, is holding that piece kind of sucks at times. Got to let it cool off and then we'll pop it in the kiln. Oh, man. All right, this is the scary part right here. Yeah, I do take orders, for sure. Okay, I have my propane delivery coming. I have to shut the flame off while the propane is here. So I will be back in the next 15 minutes, but I can't have any flames going on when they're filling the propane. It could definitely, you can hear the truck backing up. It could be a problem. So let me shut down. I'll be right back in 15 minutes once they get done filling the propane. Otherwise, like I said, it's dangerous not to do it that way. And there goes my dog. I'll be back in 15 minutes. Okay, there we go. And